1 hour left to Shadow of the Earth is on downloading. Nice. Good luck with your Shadow of the Earth Tree adventure. Go again. Go again. I will be joining you in probably like a month or so. Okay, I have a doggy pet and I have a doggy treat. Doggy treat. That's a treat for a dog. Skal du ta pent? Skal du ta pent? Du, det var ikke veldig pent. Det følte jeg ikke var veldig pent. Du, forsiktig. Du. Har du dårlig tid, eller? Nei. Ja, pent. $100 Word Games, time for me to go get some sleep. Good night. See you later, alligator, hater, potato, manator. Hi, Alex. Skal vi gå this? Gå på sengen, Alex. Opp her. Hva, Alex? Der. Det er pent. Åh. Det er pent. Skal jeg jagge meg en jente som tar godis pent? Åh. Det er pent. Okay. I think you're this kid. Wait, what do you mean about what about the doggy dog? About these two? I gave them treats. They got treats, so now they're getting pets. Logan is wet though. It was raining outside. I only walked them because I wanted to listen to the audiobook. What audiobook? Morning Star. This one. But this one, but in audiobook format. Thank you for reminding me. I need to catch up on books. I have like no books I'm really interested in. I just listen. Like I have no books on like hold. I don't think. But the problem is that there's so many series where I'm like, I don't want to start something that's not like done yet completely. There's some Arnowitch novels in store. The only book I'm looking forward to is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. Du, vennen min, hva er det du holder på med nå? Dette her er ikke trygt. Du kommer til å falle på gulvet, Dagen. Det her er ikke trygt. Det her er ikke trygt. Nei, det her er ikke trygt. Du må gå av. Nå er det bare forsiktig. Ever read Arnovic? What is he, what does he write? Probably not. No, this doesn't look familiar. Moon over Soho. No, I haven't. I have not read Arnowick, no. What type of books are these? Is it fantasy or contemporary? Ben is famed for writing Rivers of London series books and the Doctor Who serials. Oh, Doctor Who, I know that guy. Urban Fantasy Zenlon. No, that could be cool. I mean, I'll put it on the list. You know, maybe I'll be in the mood someday. I do like the Butcher, but I don't know when's the next Dresden file. Next Dresden Files book. Upcoming works by Jim Butcher. Dresden Files novella. Oh, this is old. This is not updated. Mirror will be book 19. Dresden Files books. Yeah, Battleground, so that's one I read. Damn, it's already been 4 years since that came out. The next one's called Mirror. 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 Mirror, mirror on the wall. Damn, Mirror isn't even out yet, but it still has a 4.4 rating on Goodreads. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a book, I think. I read the first Dresden Files a while back, and they're not very good. I don't think they're super great, but I think they're decent. I mean, I think his later work is way better, but I don't have any problem with them when I listen to them. You can definitely get the sense that he wasn't like you get the sense that he wasn't as secure about what he wanted to do, and also not as good as a writer. But I definitely think they're like okay. Same with Marston's like voice acting. If there had been better audiobook performances back then when I first listened to them, I would have dropped the series there. First 3 books are not good, but it picks up fast. I think they're okay. I don't think any of my favorite moments are in the first 3 books. Wait a second, let me see. Stormlight is great, Stormfront in particular is ass. Considering how many books there are and Great Order before Suspicion now being okay doesn't cut it for a long series. The first book, I mean, I think, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to do about that, though, right? Like, they're already written. And I mean, I think 2 things about Dresden Files. I think a lot of people pick those books up in the middle anyway, and they're all kind of written to an extent to be able to be picked up at any point, right? That's one of the things I maybe don't like too much about the books, is that they're very like they're a little bit order agnostic, where he will like bring up everything. So when you're listening to the books one after the other, like in tandem, you'll be like, okay, this is the 60th time you've described this one concept to me in the course of like 4 books. Like, you keep describing it, and I get it. If someone's just listening to the book or reading it, like, they'll be confused, but it's one of the things I like the least about the books. I think the way he like tries to make sure that people can jump in at any point, which is fair. I don't think they're that bad, though. I think they're pretty decent. But I'll allow that as personal preference. Koana and Kettenround will continue to manage affairs at the palace. Once I've inspected the dome, I will join them to make preparations against further incursions. Even from afar, I can sense something isn't right about that dome. As Amati says, let's stay vigilant. Oh, that's not an NPC. We should have everything we need for the expedition, from food to medicine to gear. It's quite amazing how much you can fit in Erwin's rucksack. The dome appears to lie well beyond Shalowani. A good thing we have Erwin to guide us. Solani isn't exactly a short distance from Shalowani. If the train isn't operating, we'll need to consider other means of travel. Before I talk to Vuklava, let me get some water. Hi. What is the second and third Dresden Files book? Dresden Files books. Full Moon and Grey Peril. Which one is Grey Peril again? I think I enjoyed Full Moon. I don't know which one my favorite is though. Like Summer Night is definitely good. I think Changes is pretty good. Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. We go strike down Saraja and secure peace for Tuliolal. We'll be passing through Shaloni, where there have been reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. The Landsguard had told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession and took to looming overhead. A display of force, like the vessels in Tuliolal. Indeed, and while they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in the area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on the way to Shaloni Station. It's a perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Endaline and I know a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into two groups. Oops. Ernville, Allison, and Endaline will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go and inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone has finished, let us reconvene at Shaloni Station. We can start with Huswati. That's where the Dusk Watch is based, if I remember correctly. You do. The Sheriff Kameka should be able to tell us a few things. I feel like introducing some of the Scions this late into the story is a little bit, but potentially a little bit risky-bisky. They'll have to work pretty hard to like earn anything now. So if I travel anywhere else, I'll just make sure nothing's happening right here. If I travel anywhere else, will I also see ships there? Okay, so not yet at least. The peoples of the wilds are brave indeed to remain here with those ships overhead. And they're Western people. So this region has its own peacekeeping force. Everything seems in order at a glance. Oh, it's you two. And I'll be Wukla as well. You're Sheriff of the Dustwatch, yes? What's the situation here in Husatvi? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared, but they've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I've received some unsettling reports from elsewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Tiswane Spring yet. Apparently mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If that's true, then the people there are in danger. I worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I'll pay a visit to Mehawa. I'll accompany Erinville. See you all in a while. What's this guy gonna say? We're honored that Wukla should visit us personally. Please take care out there. Oh, I have new side quests now. But I'm still missing one, though. Good morning to you, traveler. Hey, you look like you're no stranger to danger, so if I got a job for you. Lately, we've been inaugurated with flying popotos. Don't let the name fool you, they're nasty little critters. We laid out some repellent a while back, but the effect seems to be wearing off. Ever since the enormous dome appeared, we've had all kinds of trouble to deal with, and I just can't find the time to lay down any repellent. That must be why those darn popotos have been showing up in droves. At this rate, the whole place will be overrun. I'd go out there and spread the repellent myself, but they'd make a meal of me lickety-split. Reckon you could take care of it for me? Oh, and the repellent doesn't take effect right away, so any flying popotos already here probably need culling. Yeah. Gå ned. Gå ned. Nei. Gå ned. Yeah. Thank you. If you could take care of that too, you'll be doing us all a favor. Excuse me, miss, I don't mean to be presumptuous, but you're one of those venturesome travelers I've heard so much about, aren't you? I'm looking for help procuring tuna. It's well-loved connoisseurs of fruit, but what I require is no ordinary tuna. No, the fruit I'm after comes from a particularly fruitful nopali tender. I'd normally be happy to go out and hunt for myself. They're as big as a house. I'd be stomped into the ground or impaled before I could even get close. If you're willing, take this powder and sprinkle it about the field to the north of town. One of them bastards is sure to show up before long. One might think the dance hall would be empty at a time like this, but here people can find a sense of normalcy. One of the few things we have left to keep people's spirits up. Do all people have new things to say too, or? Nope, doesn't seem to be the case. Question mark? Oh yeah. I'm still missing a one like regular story, or some proper story. I think for the Aetheryte. Why would I not unlock this before? Maybe does someone have the answer? I don't know. Their numbers are up. They should be here by now. Say, you wouldn't happen to be on your way to Utswati, would you? I've been charged with overseeing inspection of goods passing through to Tuleolal, and according to our list, we have 2 merchants who have yet to claim their wares. Considering the present state of Tuleolal, not to mention the sheer volume of goods they mean to transport, we offer them numbered vouchers and direct the pair to a saloon in Utswati to wait while we carry out inspection. I would be most grateful if you could speak with the saloon keeper, Nikwati, and find these merchants. One second. Chopper. Chopper. Oh, that is already zoomed out. Merchant waiting for inspection. Ah, yes, I know who you mean. One is a younger head sorrow fellow with long red hair. You'll find him upstairs, hopefully not too deep in the cups. The other is a sprawled gentleman in green. Said something about seeking inspiration and went out back. Join me if you want, but this cup's mine. Inspection, I guess I overdid it with the food and mezcal. That was awful kind of them sending you here, though. I'm suddenly glad I paid the toll in advance. Well, I better be off. Awful kind of you. Can I help you with something? Oh, it's time already. I was distracted by these crops. I trade mostly in Nopal tender, you see, but I've been considering how best to expand my section of wares. You're not like to make a profit of aught else tilling such arid soil, or so I thought. This crop caught my eye and I had to come take a closer look. Since I've yet more to learn about farming here in the wilds, next time I'm in town, I'll need to have a word with whoever planted these. But for now, I should be heading back to the checkpoint. We know who planted those. It was that girl's sister. And then I stole some of them, remember? Remember Star Wars? I remember. Oh. I don't understand what you want, Logan. I genuinely do not understand what you're looking for. Gå på fanget? Er det du vil? Vil du på fanget, Logan? Ok. Kom da. Der, kom da. Der, kom da. Kom da, Logan. Gå på fanget? Kom da. Nei? Du skal ikke på fanget. Er det ikke? Kan jeg gitt? Kan jeg gitt? Hva er det? Hva er det? Hva er det? Du, slapp av, slapp av, slapp av. Du får se på det. Hva er det? Slapp av, hei, slapp av. Slapp av. Slapp av. Hei, slapp av. Slapp av, slapp av. Slapp av. Make it? Uh-oh. Wild flying Popoto. Oh my goodness. That is a big boy. Oh, sorry. There you are. Any luck with the Napolitander? A plump and juicy tuna taken from the gargantuan Napolitander. Why is it called tuna? I don't understand. It's just tuna and multiple meanings? Tuna definition. Oh, okay. It is an edible fruit in North America. A prickly pear cactus widely cultivated in Mexico for its edible fruit. Oh, okay. You actually did it. I've never seen such a juicy tuna. They're said to promote good health, you know. My parents would give them to me on special occasions when I was a kid. As I said, it's believed they help fortify the child's constitution. In fact, I've heard the Chitona crush up the stalks used for weaning. As for why I hope to procure this rare treat, it's nearly my daughter's name day, and I thought she might cheer her up considering all that's happened recently. I didn't have much, but please take this. You're more than earned it. Sure, sir. I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't need your 600 gil. You can keep that. All done. That ought to keep them away for a while at least. You see, until we figure out how to make a repellent out of the bitter smelling juices those potatoes would wreak havoc on our crops. Eat our Ronek, heck, they even tried to take a bite out of more than one of the residents. We tried asking the Dutch Watch to come deal with them, but they didn't want to get involved in culling wild tubers. Setting up a perimeter fence was another option, only we're short on people and building materials. That's why we came up with the repellent. Anyway, I don't need to be chewing your ear off about all that. You've done us a good turn, I won't soon forget. You've done us a good turn. Think about what the hell? Jesus! You can't just come in here and show me that thing. Salemba? You sick. Hello, Salemba. How are you doing? You did unfortunately miss words on stream today, so you know. Not too bad, nice. Oh frick, yeah. And we only got to level 653 without you, so I'm the problem. Yeah, I think you've been sabotaging us with your word choices. The merchants passed through Troliola not long ago. Of course, it'll be a while before they reach the other side of Sorgor the Boundless, but it was originally built by the Hyokyu, you know? The sole bridge connecting Saktural and Yoktural. Travelers such as yourself are free to cross as you please, so long as you carry a permit. It's when they mean to cross encumbered with wagons upon wagons of goods and supplies that things become complicated. Too many at once, and soon no one is able to cross at all. Our present solution is to impose a tax commensurate with the size of their cargo, and because of the time required to inspect the said cargo, we occasionally send them to Huswati to wait. Given the present state of Tiliola after the attack, I'm afraid they've been made to wait for far longer than usual. Sending travelers such as yourself to call them back here is the least we can do for putting them through this hassle. Speaking of which, here for your troubles. Oh god, I got to XP on the wrong character again. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Oh. Gosh frick. Wait a second. Oh. The Serpent Lord speaks. Oh, he's actually up by the springs. Gotcha. For some reason, I assumed he was in this like small village here. You'd think if they have like a pretty robust traveling system that would carry people ferry goods down, they would have more like a better road than this. Oh, so why would you not be able to fly with the balloon? And all cleared this way. The mechanized soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make our rounds to see what we can learn. Can I talk to the cute cat girl again? Also, does this guy have a mustache? You know anything about the bruise hovering on the horizon, traveler? Folk are saying it's war, or the end of the world, or both. What do you say? What do you do here? Hello. I swear I just watched these sheets. Okay, so she's just saying the same thing. She's sort of cutie patootie though. A mechanized soldier shows no sign of life. It appears to have been run through with a pole arm. Hell yeah, it has! Hell yeah, it has. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Vavalika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Nivotake is safe. It appears that the train had begun its journey back here that the dome appeared. It was after. So those who were riding the train then are fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked at Yusalulani. What a mess. And just after he finished fixing the tracks. So that's the way I fit. Good thing you showed up and it did. Yeah, good thing it did, huh? Oh, you didn't get the train? Endaline, you came. As you can see, we're doing alright. After those ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. But to our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. Shame I never had a chance to ask him his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yusulani. We haven't heard from anyone there. I hope in Namika as well. You heard about the spearman as well. That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? is. Talking of how I saved the Dawntrails fast. That's not discounting the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. I thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? So you were indeed the one keeping the people safe, thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But are the rumors true? Lord Jaja is slain? I'm afraid so. Sir Olja used some dirty trick to get the better of him. We'll make him pay for what he's done. Mark my words. You're going to help her, I assume. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case I will remain in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find some trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kwana. Kwana, brother? Wait a second, you're the WoW for Solve! I am, and you're a Sakova, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely. If more of those Hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all, and Endaline can contest to that. Nod. Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get to patrolling. What did you call him? Right away then. Stay safe out there, and don't do anything reckless. Waste the words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. Right then, it's time to head to the station to join the others. Is this one unlocked the last side quest? Oh, there we go. Even more quests? I feel like this place a place that has had more quests than any other location by far. And not in a good way. This has been the most yappy place ever, I think. Stay there, traveler. Did you come here from Eorzea by any chance? Just as I thought, if there's not too much to ask, I could use your help. Due to this, I'm about to go pay my respects at my friend's grave, and I think he'd appreciate having someone from Eorzea giving a little prayer. It's not far from here, in a certain little cemetery on the outskirts of town. I'll wait for you there, and I promise I won't keep you long. I think this has been by far the most yappy of any location we've been to. I wish I counted those side quests, because I feel like there's been way more than 9. And I think 9 is the standard. 7 to 9, I think, is standard. You're not from Tural, are you? I have a feeling your worldly experience will come in handy. As you may have noticed, we produce a lot of ceruleum here, but did you know that the resin that comes as a byproduct can be used to make carbon fiber? From what I hear, outfits woven from the stuff are all the rage over in Ilsbard. Hoping to keep up with the latest trends, we made some of this fiber ourselves, and even made a set of working clothes from it. I was hoping I could you could act as our model. Once you're all dressed up, I'd like you to get the opinion of the pellet cloth merchant down at the station, and find out if there's money to be made from such a design. Just let me know when you're ready. Alright then, let's get you dressed. Bear in mind, it's something of a prototype, so don't worry if it's a little rough around the edges. Well, it looks pretty decent. What did it say, by the station? Oh, maybe I meant to the... whatever this was called, station. Can I help you? Carbon fiber cloth, you say, originally developed by the Gallians, as I understand. And your garb is made from the same material, I see. It certainly looks very appealing, but there are more important factors to consider. namely durability and flexibility. Would you be so kind as to dance for me? Yes, you heard me correctly, dance. I merely wish to see the fabric in motion. The Pelopello cloth merchant wants you to demonstrate the qualities of your outfit by performing a dance for him. Just dance. Very good, robust enough to withstand such vigorous flailing, yet sufficiently flexible to maximize ease of movement. There was, however, one glaring flaw. The cloth appears to be susceptible to fraying, which could cause irritation when coming into contact with the skin. Even so, I imagine this material has its uses, provided such uses are carefully selected. Should it become possible to mass-produce the fiber, there's a chance of similar wares turning a profit. Please pass on my regards to the designer, and tell them I would be willing to discuss this venture further. It was only yesterday we were saying how little yapping there was doing. Yeah, I think this area is just cursed. I think whoever wrote this area is just a bad writer. While the fiber is not without its problems, I would be a fool to ignore its potential benefits, not to mention the lucrative business opportunities they present. I bet whoever wrote this area did not write the other areas. I would not be surprised. This area feels the most filler of any area by far. I mean, I might be misremembering though. Maybe there was just as many side quests here, but I feel like there's been way more quests, like way more. So how did it go? But first thing first, I'll be taking back the clothing sample if it's all the same to you. He mentioned mass production, did he? As things stand, we'd have to make each item by hand, which is not only inefficient, but it means we'd need to charge a higher price. Let's look into simplifying the process. Come to think of it, we already rely on machines for all kinds of things, so why not this too? Of course that would require a huge investment, but you have to spend money to make money, just like the railroad company did. Maybe we should take a leaf out of their book. I wonder if they'd be willing to invest in our enterprise. No harm in asking, I suppose. Oh, and thanks for your help, by the way. I guess I can snap into play Judgment all night. What happened to sleeping? Did you get done with all of your important adult business today? Are you done being an adult for today? Also Whirlwind Day. Well, look at you, bold as brass and twice as tough, I'd wager. Maybe you could help me out. See, I moved here a few years ago to get into the saloon business, but before that, I worked as the miner over in Tunatawa. Back then, I had my favorite pickaxe with the Yeehaw engraved in it. I figured I had no more use for it, so I left it behind. But with all the recent turmoil, I found myself pining for it, as a reminder of a time when life was simpler. I'd go back and get it myself if the whole place wasn't swarming with cutthroats. And that's where you come in. You look like you could hold your own, or at least manage to sneak in and grab the pickaxe before any of them noticed. Think you could give it a try? But I did everything. I've earned this judgment, yeah. I was about to eat snacks, but then I was like, I'm probably gonna need some dinner soon. I want to be all snacked up. I'd rather eat dinner if it's some snack that I'm like, eh. Or I really eat snacks if it's some dinner I'm like, eh, whatever. Whatever, burger. Oh, this is a shit fate. Because all those assholes are just done now, so they're not gonna help me or anyone else. Man. 10 seconds. I got mine in. What a bunch of a-holes. I think I really see the worst of MMO communities when all the like assholes that usually just log on to raid are like actively grinding in the big open world. I'm not saying who I'm wah we want to either. Undecorated pickaxe. It does not have anything on it besides the usual scratches one might expect. It does have insane aggro range. No Palatender and Yeehaw pickaxe. Pickaxe with the image of the Yeehaw, just as described. Yeehaw! Ba-da-ba. Oh, that reminds me. Glad you can make it. Truly, this is a cemetery. It's the resting place of all kinds of folks. Those born and raised nearby and are buried along those that came from far and wide. You see, my friend was a soldier from Yoshio. Well, to be more precise, he was a ship's engineer, and he came here to teach people how to operate a whole host of machinery. But even without proper training, it's a dangerous line of work, and he was killed in an accident. As you can imagine, we don't get a lot of folks from Yoshio here, and it would mean the world to me if someone from his homeland could offer him a prayer. What do you say? Stand for a grave of the fallen European and pay slash respect. He asked me to say a prayer, but I was meant to respect him. Okay, gotcha. That's the way of the Eorzean honor. They're dead. Simple. Didn't he also specifically say prayer? What the hell? Simple but beautiful. To tell the truth, I want to see it firsthand to learn how to do it myself. That's part of the reason I wanted to bring you here. I'm very grateful for you sharing this custom with me. From now on, whenever I come to offer him prayers, I will remember what you've shown me. But Mr. NPC man, you are gonna be gone the second we know this quest. You're gonna be gone permanently from the world. There's gonna be another chain quest, unfortunately. Which probably gonna lead to another quest. Any luck finding my pickaxe? Well, I'll be damned, that's it. Of course, now that the mining is a thing of the past, I didn't think I'd ever need this thing again, but then I realized there might be a way to use the skills I learned as a miner in the ceruleum industry. And if I ever have a chance to swing a pickaxe in the future, There's none I'd rather turn to than my old favorite. Thanks for sticking your neck out and bringing it back to me. Yep. This is guaranteed to be a chain, I think. That's gonna lead to another chain. Yeah, that's a chain. Hey, you, traveler. You came here down the Dawntrail, right? Happy to see a woman on the road, maybe nursing a limp or sore head or some such. Yep. No sign, huh? I work here at the refinery and it seems I now have a problem. It's a friend of mine, Kayamine. She set out for Tuliolal not long back, but only her Ronik returned, pulling an empty wagon. I was thinking that animal just got spooked by something. Sent Kayamine sprawling in the dust and hightailed it back here, but if you didn't see her, say you couldn't go and take another look, could you? I'd go myself, but I'm 2 hands down as it is. Thanks, friend. She was taking cargo of ceruleum to the Tuliolal trailhead. You know the way, right? Just take the road southeast from town. She'll be somewhere along it. If you find her, tell her to get her hide back here as quick as you can. You got work to do. I guarantee it wasn't the same person that wrote this stuff that wrote the other stuff. I guarantee that different people working on these areas. And this dude is like a Yap City writer. I'm just gonna keep writing stuff because I can. I just really like the sound of my own voice. And that's why I'm gonna keep yapping. That's right. You know the way, right? Well, I already said that, but I'm still gonna describe the way to you. Anyway, you understand, I'm sure. But in case you don't, let me just describe it to you. Real quick like. But it's because these weird old Western accents, the writers couldn't do that and make it concise? No. I mean, it's possible. It's also much as possible because this era is fillery in its essence. Like, it feels like a filler area to begin with. Like an era in the story that kind of has to... well, not a filler, but it's like an era in the story where nothing important is supposed to happen, but it kind of has to be there so it can, like, facilitate other parts of the story, basically. Ah, finally, you don't know how good it is to see a friendly face. This is the most interesting looking zone to me, Wasanabe sent you goods, gods. He's going to dock my pay, isn't he? Well, at least the Ronik and the wagon made it back. A good thing it all happened after I dropped off this ceruleum too. No one to think of how much the company would charge me for lost the load. Sir, when are we eating? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Cashew. In an hour? An hour and a half? 2 hours? I want to think of how much the company would charge me if I lost the load. Maybe that's what the beast was after. Oh, I didn't tell you about the beast, did I? I was just out from the trailhead when it sprang up on us from nowhere. Naturally, I want to time my eating to yours. Well, I mean, I can... It doesn't collide, and then I can watch react. Well, listen. If... I'm not making my own food today, so if my mom comes home and she starts making food, I'll tell you, okay? But she might just come home with food, too. I don't know. I don't know what she's planning. I'll give you all the warning I can, okay? If I was to guess, I would say an hour and a half. I would say 19:30. That would be my guess if I had to guess. Woo. Are you liking the MSQ so far? Yeah, I'm loving the MSQ. I don't love this. Don't love this area, but I love the MSQ. Today feels like a Burger King day. It kind of does, honestly. I hope I get Burger King today, but I'm not making any food while I'm playing the video game. So this has been a full-on neat week. I started enjoying it after the first 2 zones. Nice. I enjoyed it from the start, but I can see it being a little bit slow at the start for sure. I can tell I'll start almost fell asleep. I enjoyed it. Why am I having hardcore deja vu? Wait, Oh, it's because it was basically the same thing in Endwalker, right? Wasn't it Crystari? It was Labyrinthos or whatever, where you were like Giga bored. I think I just had like real life deja vu there. Endwalker Star, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was like, why do I feel like I've experienced this before? Was visiting the laureate and they just dumped Gigalore on us. Yes, and Papa did these 700 things listed one by one to become a god emperor of Tudiolol. And I was like, lady, I don't remember asking. I like that part. I like that, but I really like Wuklamato, so I was just like, hell yeah, Wuklamat, tell me more about your papa. But it was just too much for something I'm not invested in. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I don't think you're alone in not liking the start, according to what I've heard. Oh, I didn't tell you. Didn't I tell you about the beast, did I? I was just out from the trailhead when it sprang up on us from nowhere. Naturally, my Ronic bolted. Charm was a bit different because I was very interested in Charm in the city. Yeah, that's fair. Carry on, I'll be back for act. Yeah, probably in like an hour-ish, I think. Managed to hold on this far, but I eventually lost my grip and took a dirt bath. Still, it could have been worse. At least I didn't break anything, and it was you that found me, not the beast. Speaking of, you didn't see it on your way down, did you? A horrible blobby thing. Oh god, it's the king from the thing. Just like that! Oh gods, it's the beast, it's found me! Oh. It has reflections in it. It was a lot more aggressive down the trailhead, I swear. Why isn't it attacking? Huh, I guess it took one look at you and lost its appetite. Thanks, partner. I've lived here my whole life and never seen anything like that blue blob before. But others have. I heard about them from my fellow tappers. Like cerulean with skin, they said. Started showing their ugly faces a few years back, prowling around by the wells. They reported it to the foreman, but they weren't interested. The way they consider it, so long as we've still got all our limbs attached, the blobs aren't a threat. But they damn well better change their minds about them now. If it's not enough that one of them, their best employees, could have been killed, they could have lost a wagon load of ceruleum. Endaline, would you come back to the company offices with me? They can't wave it away so easily if the both of us are telling the same story. This is what I mean, like, I feel like the dialogue just in this side story would have covered like all the side quests in one of the other areas. Thank you kindly. Come on then, let's head back to Shiswasi Springs. She's just yapping on. She's just a yap machine, just non-stop yapping, yap-a-doodle-doo. Do. I think it's changed positions on me. What the hell? And now it's just gonna yap more. Home at last. For a moment there, I didn't think I'd ever see the old place again. And I can tell you right now, I'm not taking another wagon out until the company tells me exactly what they're gonna do to protect their precious employees from those rotten blobs. Are you with me? Alright, so here's the plan. We go to my foreman, Wasanapi, the one who sent you to look for me. We tell him everything we know about the blue blob, how it ambushed my wagon and tried its darndest to get me in the skullet, and how the mere sight of a formidable warrior like you sent it running for the hills. Wasanapi got the airflow of the overseer, you see. As long as we can convince him, the company's sure to do something. As an escort at least. I'll head over to the office and drag Wasanapi from his desk. Come and join as soon as you can. Yappity yappity yap. Wait, what? Oh, right, because I need to do the last other story. Don't tell him what you saw, the sheer gelatinous horror of it. Ah, traveler. Thanks for finding Kayamine and bringing her back safe. You said she said you and her had something you wanted to tell me about. That's right. I was on my way back from Tuliolal Trailhead when I was set upon by a thrash-stamped demon. If it hadn't been for Endaline here, I'd be drowning in that devilish jelly's belly right now. And you say Endaline saw this blue blob too? She did, and she's not the only one. Plenty of the other trappers have seen them too, prowling around by the wells and wagons, even some of the engineers servicing the rigs. You see the connection, don't you? They're nosing around anything and anyone that smells of ceruleum. Maybe they're attracted to it. Maybe that's why they were attracted to me. Maybe if they are, and they're aggressive like you say, then they're a threat to the workers we can't ignore. Still, there's something about all this that doesn't hold water. I've heard of these things too. The blue blob's been keeping track of the sightings, even made a map of them. And you know what I found? Most of the sightings have been around Shaloni Station, but a single one named the Maw of Shensha. You know, the Maw, right? The pits of ceruleum near the rigs? The ones that are always catching light? It's the sunlight that sets them off, you know? They burn themselves out occasionally, but the next clear day that comes around, they're all aflame again. What I'm saying is, the whole place stinks of ceruleum, so how come there's never been a sighting there, even with all the wagons taking the trail straight through it? And how come the one that followed you there took off as soon as it drew near? There's something about the mole that wars them away, who knows what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Though, thought it might be the fire, but they don't seem to mind it around the rigs. No, that's gotta be something else. Yeah, I mean, I want you to look into this. Go back to the mall and see if you can figure out what might be keeping them away. You grew up around those parts, right? Perhaps the folks in your old stomping ground might know something we don't, and be more inclined to share it. With one of their own than with an outsider. I'll handle all the porter-in duties till you get back. You know what the overseer's like. Keep his purse strings tight, unless we can prove these things really are attracted to ceruleum, and the attack on you wasn't just a freak coincidence. He's never going to stump up the guild to guard every convoy. Understood. I'll get you all the proof you need, I promise. Yap, 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 yap. He's still yapping! Would you mind going with her? Don't worry, I'm not my boss. I can spare you an escort fee. The bulbs might not like the mole very much, but they seem to have taken a liking to her. Thank you kindly, and take care out there. Oh, she's gonna yap, probably. Yeah. Come on then, and line back to the mall. So this is the end of the sub story. It would be done there. It would be like, that was like step one. But as you can tell, this is not like any other sub-story. This is a... whatever this area is called, sub-story. Shaluani. It's a Shaluani sub-story. You know, I think this is the closest I've ever been to one of these pits. My Grammy always told me never to go near them more. She said that if I burned myself to a crisp, I'd only have myself to blame. By my duty calls, I'll have a look around this pit. You take the ones across the way. It's just under the rig. As for what we're looking for, well, I suppose we'll know when we find it. As for what we're looking for, I guess it's my yapping. Got a pale, soft, glowing crystal at the bottom of this swimming pool. Return to Kaimei to share your find. Crystal, you say, at the bottom of the pool? I found one too, stubbed my toe on the wretched thing. Guess my Grammy was right, jumping in the moor is dangerous. I thought it was just a rock, albeit a funny colored one. Don't think I've ever seen a stone as white as this before. Not around these parts. Anyway, and certainly not two of them. It's almost as if they've been put there deliberately. Here, you don't think these crystals might be what's keeping the blue blobs away, do you? Looks like these stones are the only clue we have to go on. Let's go and ask my Grammy if she knows anything about them. Nashetti is her name. Lives on the Luawati, the village where I grew up. It's just on the other side of the Butty. Come on. Butty? Butty? To Shetty isn't actually my grandmother, you know. She's one of the village elders who takes her duties more serious than most. She's always out and about keeping an eye on everyone, whether they like it or not. Let's split up and try to find her. You take the right side of the main street, I'll take the left. I'll take the right side of the yappin', you take the left side of the yappin'. Old Ma Nashetti, sure I've seen her, not long since. One of the village kids was playing around in the fields and she didn't take too kindly to it. Chased him up the street there, saying she was gonna give him the hiding of his life for damaging the crops. Sorry, my ears are still ringing from the chewing out Grammy gave me. I thought I could outrun her, but she was too fast. Oh, you're looking for her? She said she had to call on one of the ladies in the village. Only thing stopping her dragging me home by my hair. The lady's sister lives up the hill. There. She'll be able to show you which house it is. You're looking for Nashetti? She went to see my sister. She's with child, you see. Grammy made a charm for safe birth and wanted to give it to her in person. The house is just back around the corner under the Butty. Butty? Who are you? What do you want? Oh, you found her. Excellent work, Endaline. Friend of Kayamine's, are you? And I see she got you running errands for her as usual. Whatever you want, make it quick. I got places to be. I wanted to ask you about these stones we found them in the Maw of Shaniesa. Thought you might know something about them. Here. Nani? Fool of a girl! It's one of the warden stone that keeps the beast from coming back, and you picked it up and brought it here? Are you reckless or just plain stupid? I didn't mean anything bad. I just wanted to know what it was. Then shut your mouth and open your ears while I tell you the tale of the blue beast. Time was it stalked these lands, a demon of burning blue flame that would rise up from the maw on a moonless night to wreak fiery death across all Shaloni. Only when its thirst for destruction was finally sated would it fade to nothing. But its evil spirit lived on, welling up from the underworld and taking shape of its minions, the devil's droplets, that were throwing themselves into the fiery pits to summon up their master once more. Our ancestors knew that whenever those fry-stamped things appeared, it was only a matter of time before the blue beast rose again, until a young miner from the village made a discovery that would change our fate forever. He found a strange pale ore in Yokeva Canyon that seemed to drive the droplets away. A Stone Age pit, that was the last we ever saw of the beast. That was the least we could we ever would see of it, but then you decided to get it into your stupid head to go paddle about in a pool of hellfire and run away with the thing, only thing that was keeping us safe. You go and put those stones back where you found them this instant, and I'll think about sparing you the lash. Why is she such an a-hole? Gods, my poor heart. If it weren't so important, you could have told me about them before. Well, better late than never, I suppose. After hearing all that, are you thinking what I'm thinking? The devil's droplets are and the blue blobs are one and the same. That stones are like... These are just what we need to keep the blue blobs away. They have to be, and the stones we found must be the same ones the miner threw into the pits to keep them away. We only started seeing the blue blobs a few years back, right around when the cerulean drilling business took off. Maybe that's what summoned them, up from the underground. The sound of the drills stirring their master from his slumber. They need to throw themselves in burning cerulean to summon their master, but with the stones keeping them away from the maw, they're searching for it elsewhere. That explains why they've been seeing them around the wells and plant. They're following the scent of ceruleum, like we thought, and as soon as they find a blue flame, like the flares stacked on top of the rigs, or the tools of the engineers servicing the processing plant, they'll summon up their evil master once more. They'll summon up their master once more. We need to get the stones back in the pits, and fast. First thing first, we need to get these crystals back to the maw as quickly as we can. Right now there's nothing stopping the blobs from jumping into these pits and bringing back their master. Oh, I'm such a fool. Grammy always told me I'd have to be stupid to go anywhere near the maw of Shaniesa. And she was right. If anyone gets hurt, it'll be my fault. We have to hurry. This would be a good time to take a detour. Oh. 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 No sights around the maw, I said. Shows what I know. Oh, Endaline, we came back just in time. I found Wasanape being attacked by 3 of those things, but they ran off as soon as I arrived. Must have been the stone in my pocket. They're being bolder, Endaline. We need to do away with them before they can hurt anyone else. You go after them. I'll get Watanabe back to the springs. How about I put the stone in? What if I put the stone in where it belongs? What if I do that? Now, this has to be a long cutscene at the end there, because they barely acted older in this last part. You got him? Oh, thank you, Endaline. Yeah, thank you, both of you. You saved my life. I was done with Kaimin's delivery, so I thought I'd take a look around the moor itself, see if I could find what was keeping the blue blobs away. Turned out the answer was nothing. I fought them off as best I could, but I was 3 against 1. If it weren't for you, I'd be a dead man. You're wrong. The only reason they attacked you is because of us. Because of me. Fate up. That's how it is. Old stones and old magic. Yes, the stones were the only thing keeping them from the pits. I'm sorry. You know, you weren't to know, but now we do. The question is, what are we going to do about it? We know the blobs are attracted to burning ceruleum, and we know they're dangerous. But we also know that they won't go anywhere near the kind of stones you and Endaline found in the pits. That to me adds up to a plan, providing we can get our hands on more of them. Grammy said the stones were mined from Yukeva Canyon. If there are any more in there, we can dig them out and place them around town as a barrier to the blobs. How about you figure out where the blobs are coming from, just murder them? Alright, you head down to the canyon and see what you can find. I'll keep covering your deliveries while you get back. Good luck be with you. Luck be a lady. Next up, the canyon. If you can find the seam of this stuff, we can finally keep our people safe. Speaking of, hope you don't mind coming with me again. I'm a tapper, not a fighter, and there's a lot of open desert between here and there. Oh, that wasn't the last quest. Ugh. Enhance continuation. Become ready to race after executing Fated Circle, duration 10 seconds. Continuation change to Fated Brand and when ready to race. Fated Circle. What the hell is that? Oh, this thing. Continuation, is that this? Oh, okay. So I have a continuation now to my AoE attack. Cool. Oh, okay. This is the bonus quest, I think. Hopefully, it's just one quest. Ah, there you are. You ready to go? Eureka Canyons to the south of town near Luatwa. Remember, we're looking for more of the stone we found in Cerulean pits. Understood? Alright then, let's head out. There's probably gonna be more than one quest though, but at least when we're done with this one, we're done with all the quests here. Or we should be at least, but who knows? I mean, this place has surprised us before. I hope this is just like a one-off thing. I hope the rest of the writing doesn't stay like this. That would be a shame. I did see the drawings in that cave. I remember that from another quest. The wardstones were a lot paler and more crystalline than the rest of the rocks here around here. Let's split up again. Give me a shout if you find anything that looks like the stuff we found in the pits. The sandstone wall is made up of layers of hundreds of hues, red, ochre, and gold. Alas, none of it is quite the same shade as the rolling stone. An interesting shaped stone among the pile catches attention, but alas, there's nothing pale nor shiny about it. Let me check these bones real quick. You pull one of these bones from the sand, and the chunk breaks off a surprisingly heavy, surprisingly crystalline chunk, whose resemblance to the stone you found in the Maw of Cheyenne is unmistakable. Oh. No use. I've looked and looked, but all I can see is sand. Well, that and sandstone. Did you have any better luck? Part of a fossil. That's it, the same stuff as the Warden Stone. Where did you find it? A bone, you say? I remember my Grammy telling me about something like that. She said there was when an animal dies in the desert and its bones are so walled by the sand, they take on the aspect of the earth below, gradually turn to stone. But if it's a great beast, a powerful beast, it's the earth that takes on the animal's aspect instead, and the sands around it become imbued with its ether. That must be why the blue blobs stay away from the Maw of Cheyenne. They can sense the beast whose bones these ones were, and they're afraid of it. But if you want to keep all of our operations safe, we're going to need a lot of more stone like this, and that's going to take a lot of digging. If I get the Overseers not willing to pay for a few guards, I doubt they'd give us the guild to open a whole new dig site. If you're skilled in it, I know someone who might be able to lend you it. You do? Friends in high places, eh? Suppose you make a load of them in your line of business, helping out as you do. Anyone I know? Sitwequa, the moneylender, I know him, if only by reputation, but what a reputation it is. Let's head on over to Swati and ask if he can help. Let's head over to Yappy Yappy and ask if he can yap. Endaline, it's good to see you again. Can I buy you a drink? You'd prefer a mine? Well, at least I can do is hear you out. After all you did for me. Your friend's downstairs, you say. And what are we waiting for? Let's talk business. If I understand the situation correctly, Kaya Meat here needs to mine fossilized beast bones, but her management is too tight to foot the bill. Alright then, let's go and have a little talkie with this overseer of yours, see if we can come to some arrangement. Really? You don't need to hear anything more? What more is there to hear? If Endaline vouches for you, that's good enough for me. I owe her a debt and I mean to pay it. Besides, this proposal of yours sounds like it could be the benefit of the whole of the wilds. Thank you. In that case, let's head over to Springs right away. You too, Endaline. The dead never die. Just in time. Wasanapi's going to fetch the overseer. He'll be out in a moment. Yap, yap, yapperty, yap, yap, yap. Yappity, yap, yap. Yap. Yappity, yap, 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 yap. Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. I'm Tawanasa, the man in charge of Zerilium operations around these parts. I understand you have a proposition for me. Yes, sir, we do. It's about the beasts that have been prowling around the plants. Patry up. And you're sure these stones really do ward the blue blobs away? How do we know it's this old legend you're basing everything on isn't just idle talk? They do, sir, I'm sure of it. 3 other things had me cornered till Kayamine showed up holding one of those stones. They were afraid, and not of her. There's no doubt in my mind that if we can mine more of this stuff and scatter it around the Cerulean works, just like the ancestors did with the mole, we can keep the whole operation safe. If there's any operation left to keep safe, we're already in deep with the banks for the new rigs and the plant refit, until production ramps up where I'm going to get the guild to open up a whole new dig site. I believe that's where I come in. I'm sorry, you are? Sitekwa, moneylender by trade, working out of Fuswati. Your colleagues told me of the difficulties you've been having with these blue blobs. While they've only been sighted around Shinswasi Springs, thus far, I'm one of the firm believers that they could soon pose a threat to all Shaloni. After all, if these creatures are attracted to the scent of burning ceruleum, it's not only your wells that are in danger, the station too could soon find itself under attack. Indeed, I confirmed with one of my clients who work at the railroad that the creatures fitting the description gave him have been sighted along the cracks, so you see that I have a personal stake in this. I will be more than willing to lend you whatever funds you need to put your colleagues' plans into action, and on the terms that don't interfere with the daily running of your company, naturally. Lest you forget, 2 of your workers have already been attacked. If ensuring the survival of your company is your primary concern, as I agree it must be, I urge you to act now. Please, sir, I don't want to lose my life or my job. Oh, they're yapping so much. Oh, they're yapping machines. Oh. How much should I pay you, Camille? It clearly isn't anywhere near enough. I ask you to drive the wagons for us, and you come up with a plan to save the whole damn wilds. Offer accepted. Let's get those bones out of the ground and keep our people safe. Please be the last quest. Please don't be a chain quest. Please don't be a chain quest. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I think it is, though, because I don't remember an orchestra role with there being the reward. What's an up, Camille? You're off portering duties. I'm putting you in charge of this project. Mr. Cat Wife, you wouldn't mind stepping inside the office a moment? We can discuss the terms of the loan. Please. Please be the end. Please put me out of my misery. And never let this person write anything ever again in the game. Looks like this is the part where we part ways. Farewell for now, my friend. This may go some way to repaying the debt I owe you, but I still consider myself to be well in arrears. If there's ever anything else I can do for you, you know where to find me. I should probably join them, but before I do, I wanted to thank you again. If it weren't for you, none of this could have happened. There's still a lot of dangers out in the wild, some we know about, a lot we don't. But bit by bit, we're overcome with the obstacles they throw before us. And with a little help from folks like you, I know one day we'll make this place where people can live. Oh, it's over. Oh. Bless the gods. Holy crap, I hope this is like a one-off area. This area exhausts me more than all the other areas combined. By far. I was almost at like skipping dialogue level there. Which would break my world record, so I don't want to do that. It seems these soldiers only appear in the Cheswesi Springs. Could they have been after Cerulean? It seems the people of Shalonia are safe. What a relief. Mewetsoa is still safe, but the animals are unsettled by the recent events. The dome is absolutely massive. What manner of kingdom do you suppose has claimed it within its borders? Raha and I visited the settlements west of here. Thankfully, there was no damage or casualties to speak of. I heard from Muklamat that Essinian was here. With him to watch over them, the people of Shaloni will have naught to fear. Voice, maybe? No. Maybe. No. Thanks to Essinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaloni. Netzaro were safe as well. At very least, there were no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It's composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. Then how are we supposed to get inside? If Suralja and his army emerge from within, there ought to be an entrance. Who's that speaking? An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. What's this, guys? These are the engineers of Saktural Railing, which operates the train between Shaoli and Ishaluli. Then we went to recover the train. We had ourselves a look at the dome through a telescope. It was then we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looks like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us that part of it is inside and part of it outside? That seems to be the case, yes. While we only observed from afar, the soldiers were coming and going from it. From that, I'd say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you'd expect, the area was heavily defended. It won't be easy to get near. Do you know what became of the passengers who went to Yusalani? Vuklamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who were headed back here are accounted for. I can't say for a fact that everything was fine when we arrived in Yusalani. But when the big tremor struck not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's up with the textures close up to the camera? What's more, the fortress is right on the track of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? So we insulate the train and then we drive the train through. Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, we should first determine how to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected, as we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Sriracha wants me to prove that I'm father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Toliolal. By charging in head on, I make it my intention plain as day, and in doing so, keep his eyes on me. A bold strategy, I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow, and we have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling at it to explode on impact. I'm the wrong job. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved you were that the train's in one piece, and now you want to turn it into a bomb? The train's not important. Our dream was to have railroads running from the coast to coast, remember? If these invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? It's a sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line to get inside that dome and to put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. But Chief... Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times you fail, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train, so have faith and quit your complaining. What if we fall really, really hard? There's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train, I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment if you don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? There's no change in her mind, is there? You promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. That his daughter or something? Oh, wife. We'll keep your wife safe, we promise. That's not my wife, that's my sister mother. I'll hold you to it. Can't start a family business without her, much less a family. And also, she is pregnant, and this is her last day at work. You'd be allowed to say that the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with a good friends and my loving wife beside me, that's all I really need in the end. Well, at least it'll go down as a legendary train that saved Toral. But that it will. But first, we got a work to do so she'll look the part. Oh god, there's gonna be more side stories in this area. I can already feel it. Oh no, they're doing it. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. I'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing over at the storehouse. It would seem we have a path forward, so I believe this is a good time for me to return to Toliola and inform Kuana of the situation. I shall return as well. I have new investigations to propose. The dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. It's one mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. It may not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. We'll have our plan. Now let's finish the train and blast our way into the dome. I hope Namika is safe. The ship seems content to remain waiting in the sky, so let us take this opportunity to do what we can and prepare. To use this train as an explosive is a brazen plan. We'll have but one attempt, so we best make it count. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Valvelika and the engineers. We can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. We'll make this plan work, see if we don't. This could be voiced, but probably not. While I have no objections to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Soralgia will not strike to Liolal in retaliation? I consider the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, he meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Toliolal, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Toliolal in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Soralgia at least until Toliolal has shored up its defenses. Right, we'll charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us, during which time Kuana will find a way to fortify Toliolal. If you believe this is the best course, then we shall trust in your judgment. I expect there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Everyone's hard at work on the train. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Oh. Where to begin? Probably go around and talk to them anyway, but... It's a shame Sid and his engineers aren't here to help. If they were here, I expect they'd turn it into a flying train. Chance has given me a list of materials. We'll see to it that they have everything they need. We're missing who? Question mark? Someone? Anyone? Oh, Edenville. Looks like work is on the way. We'll finish it in no time at all. So what can we do to help? No need to hold back. As I understand it, the two of you met your fair share of craftsmen during your right of succession. Would you be happy to know a few who would be willing to come help us complete modifications on the train? Of course, what sort of craftsmen did you have in mind? Let's see now. Like, get Moblin craftsmen? Perhaps my greatest concern is keeping the train safe from enemy attacks. Even with you all aboard to fend them off, it'd be over in an instant if they managed to get just one good hit on the Cerulean tanks. According to our witnesses, the soldiers used lightning-based weapons, so I have a mind to install grounding rods. Would you have to know a carpenter who can handle that? We could ask Rukevu. The fellow with fetish for formalities. A master carpenter from Okahano, eh? If they'd be willing, we'd be glad to have him. No objections from me. Just be sure not to forget their traditional greeting. But we'll need more than just a carpenter for it to want this done in a timely fashion. We got a lot of equipment that needs moving, heavy equipment. I don't suppose you could know anyone up to the task. Surmurvur? Surmur would be perfect. We'd be hard-pressed to find folks stronger than the Yokyu, and I'm sure that he'd be willing to help. You're friends with the Yokyu, I'll be damned. Well, not one for strength with help like that. Next, I like the outfitted train with some powerful weaponry on its own. Like it as not, the soldiers will be riding their flying vessels. We'll need countermeasures to deal with them. That's true. I, for one, can't use magic, nor am I handy with firearms like my brother. Any idea for range weapons we can use? Let's borrow guns from Corona for everyone. Guns, eh? Well, they'd be suitable in theory. It takes no ordinary marksman to hit a flying target. There needs to be something that doesn't require that level of skill and precision. But weapons aren't exactly my field of expertise. Perhaps I can be of assistance. The Cruisarium employed etheric cannons for its defenses, and I see no reason why the design can't be adopted for your train. While I did not conceive them myself, I know their design. It should be possible to build them here, provided we have the requested materials and skilled smiths. Now that sounds like something Fontaine can help with. What are the materials we need? A barrel can be fashioned from any metal as long as it's it's highly conductive to ether. To power the cannon, we will require fire-aspected crystals of the highest purity. Fire crystals, eh? Might as be as the miners over at Spring can help with that. Then if you could leave the crystals and smiths in everyone's hands, I shall get started drawing up the schematics. Right then, I'll secure us the smiths. In the meantime, could you deal with the materials? Shensa is in charge of our supplies, so it might be good to talk to him about it first. Well, I think we're set for a plan. Thanks for a consultation. Now let's get this train dressed up and give her a proper farewell she deserves. Just doing a free stand check. I'm gonna go pee. BRB. BRB. Well, hello there, Logan. Very cute Timo, Ganda. Thank you. I don't know what prompted your compliment, but thank you, Cashew. Shouldn't you be running away from spoilers at this point? You're like way behind. Doo-doo-doo. So yeah, I'm if you're eating it. I'm not eating. I might have overestimated the 1930 boat. The plan's coming together. Make a good speed. I'm going to try and enlist some more help from among our friends back in Dawntrail. I'll leave the materials in your care. I think I saw Shensa over to the southeast. Southeast? You're right. Didn't she run in this direction? Oh, she was doing something else. Gotcha. Are these two still talking about the same thing? Okay. Yeah. Where's Graha now? Right, time to put my knowledge gained in the first to use. Where's the bike from? Oh, that's from the